right, Matt, we gotta get to that hotel.
So we're traveling with our not wife.
With our not wife.
I already lost my wife.
Our wife was copyrighted, and we had to get a knockoff wife.
Yeah. And this wife is gonna also ruin your life,
Now I have too many waifu.
I don't think James is the type of guy that would be like, yes, waifu.
Need more waifus.
Yeah. James needs waifus badly.
So,
he actually does.
Let's see, how am I supposed to get to that lake? Okay, here we go.
There's a boat, idiot.
Here's the Lakeview Hotel. It's way over there. And if
Why do they call it the Lakeview Hotel?
Because Toluca Lake is right here. And the Lakeside Amusement Park from Silent Hill 1 is right here. Mm-hmm. And then up here is like just the little tiny bit of like part of Silent Hill 1's game world.
Okay, I noticed up there that we have a Lakeside Amusement Park.
That's right.
Now, I don't feel any place near Silent Hill would have an amusement park.
Yeah, well, Silent Hill 1 did, back in Paleville. But the important thing is that I have to run what is essentially 20 miles up Nathan Avenue, then take a right on Sanford Street and just circumvent the entire lake.
Yeah, fuck that lake.
In order to get down
to
the hotel. So we have a bit of downtime.
Yeah, that's cool because we're all about the downtime.
Hey, I love downtime.
Now, most people during downtime will just sit back and take it easy, but we're going to sit forward and take it hard.
Yeah. You guys want to take it hard?
That sounded better in my head.
Yeah, it sounded better in your head, I bet. So, James is sure taking the death of his wife hard. Because he's here in Silent Hill for no reason.
Oh, don't worry, you'll get cheered up at the amusement park that has guys dressed up as Pyramid Head.
Well, that's
wouldn't that be awesome?
No.
You go inside.
No.
Yeah.
So that song is horrifying now.
It is. You're not wrong.
Yeah. There's a Lakeside Amusement.
You're not unright.
But like it always was scary ever since Pennywise.
Yeah. Hey, wasn't there? Whoa.
Yeah, they just flop out around here.
That's the dumbest. That was not scary.
No, it's not.
Like when they skittered like around on the floor. Oh, I thought that said your aid for a second. I was like, yeah, please.
No.
So remember that thing in Shattered Memories where you would call up a certain number, like the Konami hint line, and they'd be like, fuck off.
No,
it's Silent Hill.
It's spooky.
Nothing can help you.
Nothing.
I was also thinking about that redesign to Harry Mason and how it's not great.
Nah.
Because they make Harry Mason very specific. They make him like a nerd bomber father.
In the Silent Hill 1, he looks like a...
He looked like James, basically.
Like a Stephen King character.
Yeah.
Or what you would imagine a Stephen King character to look like.
I always imagine them to be dads.
Yeah, just totally normal.
Which is, I guess, correct.
Average.
James is like average, but in a different way.
He's got specifics.
Yeah.
He's got a... Yeah, I know.
It's like they're failing to do a Tony Hawk trick on the other side of the railing.
And, of course, typical Silent Hill.
Oh, God.
Bridge is ruined. Luckily, there's this dead guy.
Oh, I wonder who he looks like, possibly. Whoa, she actually scared me a bit more.
Ooh, that was a good noise.
It was.
So, don't go to Rosewater Park.
Nope.
And Silent Hill Historical Society is underlined.
So we had this fire.
But that place is locked off. But Pete's Bolorama is totally highlighted. So, let's go down to Pete's Bolorama.
Jeez. Again, much like Happy Burger, Pete's Bolorama
it's so like happy, normal suburbia.
That's why I think it's effective in that way, because nothing's creepier than Happy things.
Yeah, they're just cannonballing out the sides.
I definitely do not remember this part of the game. I think we're past the part that I played by myself like years ago.
But before the part that you walked in.
Yeah, exactly. I walked in on it.
Yeah.
Some stuff going on.
This is the kind of game that has the subject material that you can walk in on.
I can't believe it's still happening, though.
I don't know why either. Like it's totally like thematically tone deaf, and yeah. Hey, look, Pete's Bolorama. It's got 9 rows.
Here's the thing: if they fell straight down from the sky, more effective. I think.
Well, this is just like I don't know, and I like that you get ads for almost all the places that are in this area.
Look, that's fine. Keep it like that.
Mannequin people with no feet.
Too many feet.
My brother used to chew the feet off my sister's Barbies. Drove her crazy. She'd get a Barbie, and she'd be like, yay, playing with my Barbie, right?
Yes.
And then, like, less than a week would go by, and the feet are chewed off! Like,
yeah. Yeah, your brother did that.
No, I
sure.
wasn't. I didn't exist. At
Yeah,
that point.
you didn't exist.
I was a zygote.
Sure.
At best.
And you were good at chewing doll feet.
So I shot past the place to get to the gas station, in which we can find this metal.
Oh God, she scared me.
Get this pipe.
Do you know why that was in there? To make speed lines in your car.
Make speed lines.
Makes it go faster.
So it's not very destructive, but it is better than the pipe and rule of rose.
You know what? Staring hard at people were better than the weapons in Rule of Rose.
That being said, unlike Silent Hill 1, this is a really weird change. Silent Hill 1 had like 15 fucking melee weapons. It had tons and tons.
Well, yeah.
It had the fire axe, it had a little hatchet, it had all sorts of shit.
And this has less but more guns,
It has two.
Right?
It has the stick and the pipe.
There's no axe, there's no...
That's it.
Board with nails in it?
Everything else is like extra New Game Plus weapons, like the chainsaw and stuff like that. And for guns, there's 3 guns. There's the handgun,
That's still more.
the shotgun, and the rifle, which is the trifecta in the Silent Hill verse. Because that's all you need.
Were there guns in Downpour? I don't think there were. Were there? I just remember tons of melee. All the bricks that were the best weapons.
Yes, there were guns.
Okay.
I'll wait here. I hate
That's
forward.
not why I'm going in
I
here.
come here to play, you know.
Hurry back. Okay?
Like that, honestly, like that sentence reads like, whatever man, go do your bowling, and when you need to fuck, I'll be out here.
Well, I liken it to there's going to be stuff happening and I can't be there for that.
For some reason or another.
What was that, rabbit's tail?
Nah.
Looked like it.
So it's a bowling pin, man.
Yo, this looks like the bowling pin alley when it was functional and happening.
Yeah.
Like, that's what bowling alleys look like.
So one of the things that, like, Silent Hill 2 got, like, not wrong, but, like, it turned people off when the game first came out, is that Silent Hill 1, you remember, like, its art style was, fucking chain and blood and gore.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
So what'd you do? Robbery? Murder?
Nah, nothing like that.
Huh, you're just a gutless fatso.
What'd you have to say that for?
I thought you said the cops were after you.
No, I just ran because I was scared. I don't know what the cops are doing.
But if you did something bad, why don't you just say you're sorry? Well, I guess I run away a lot too.
It's no good. They wouldn't listen. Nobody will ever forgive me.
I have a few questions.
Well, 1 second.
What's her name? Mary?
Oh, wow.
Cutscene continues.
That's cool.
Yeah. I believe that's the end of it.
Okay.
So just let me finish what I was saying.
Sure.
It was all gore and metal and fucking like album cover shit.
Yeah.
And Silent Hill 2 kind of throws that away and goes for decay. It goes for, instead of like shock, it goes for disgust.
Dilapidated.
And everything's just like a million years old and completely falling apart.
Yeah.
So what is your question, man?
Where would one get a pizza? And especially where would one get 2 pizzas?
In the bowling alley.
In the bowling alley. Bowling alley has been abandoned for years.
It has it?
You know, fair enough. Okay, everything I know about Eddie... Oh, alright, now I'm not going to go into that, actually, when I think about it.
Yeah, don't go into that.
I know some stuff about Eddie, but I have that as a question, and the other thing is that the only time that happens, or a cutscene kind of tapers off?
No, there's a couple that happens. It's nice.
Okay. Also, why would you eat pizza after vomiting your guts out? Not
You're
more than
hungry.
10 minutes. Well, yeah.
Eddie?
Oh, you're...
James. We met in the apartment building?
Yeah, I remember. But,
Are you alone here, Eddie?
no.
Bye-bye.
Wait! Come back! Eddie, let's go after her.
Huh? Laura? But why?
Laura. Is that her name?
That's what she said.
This town is full of monsters. How can you sit there and eat pizza?
She said she was fine by herself. She said a fatso like me would just slow her down.
Forget you.
So yeah, Eddie's an asshole.
He's like, oh, why'd she have to treat me like that? I'm not crying, I'm just allergic to jerks.
Yeah.
That's why I'm crying.
So Eddie's like kind of a lazy, schlubby piece of shit.
Yeah, clearly.
And he did something bad and ran away. But it wasn't something really bad.
It wasn't robbery or murder,
So,
apparently.
okay.
Just have to trust you.
Big theme going on is running here away from your problems.
Yeah. Well, as Plague has told us, the best way to confront your problems is just to run away and not face
Just
them.
run away. Just run right away.
There's really no advantage.
To facing them? No, that's
no,
hard.
It's stupid.
It's terrible.
It's like, why would you waste your time? Wow.
And
it got really foggy.
Look who's gone.
Foggy Nelson. Hey, she said she's gonna wait here for you.
Yeah, she was probably DTF. Oh, never mind.
Did a little girl run out of here?
Yeah, she was too fast for me. Aren't you gonna go after her?
How does, like, 8-year-old girl outrun a full-grown adult?
Okay, because I don't care, like, if you're a man or woman or whatever age, your legs are always going to be longer. You
Usually,
can get to
well,
the
not
child.
mine.
Well, yes, but you're special that way.
I'm special.
Okay, but in video game universe...
It's absurd.
Yeah.
It's like, she had to have passed right by Maria at the door.
Although it is foggy, so, you know... It's
Yeah,
probably
you don't
easy
have to
for most people.
she doesn't have to get very far away.
Mm-hmm.
But that explanation is going to fall apart in about 2 seconds.
Okay.
Because she came through here.
Exactly 2 seconds.
Well, not quite 2 seconds, but it's like we're gonna see how Laura got away, and it's like dumb because this is plenty of time for Maria to have caught her.
Yeah, okay. This also camera angle, I really like it that
She went through there.
Okay. Ah, alright.
I was like, yeah, you can't fit through that.
Is there any other way?
Yeah, there is. Right through there.
She's almost Ada Wong-ish
Levels of
of
sultry.
of pronunciation of regular everyday words.
I'm gonna put sex talk in all normal sentences.
Oh yeah, rub my bunions.
It's no good. It's locked.
What the fuck was that?
Thanks, Maria. She has the 3 special keys required to get in through the back door of this
But
establishment.
why was she pretending to do like a magic show? Or she's like, oh, where is it?
She
It's
just
not, oh.
she has 3 different keys.
But she turned away from James like he's
Well,
not allowed
because
to
she's fishing
see.
it out of her bra.
Oh yeah, she had hate for James to see that.
No, it's hey, come on. Anticipation.
Yeah, that's right. Gotta make him work for it, I guess.
So she has the keys to this place, which if I find the right door, yeah, everything's broken in here.
I find it odd that James would not say, where did you get all the keys to this place?
He kind of just stares at her dumbfounded.
Yeah,
So this is a strip joint.
the Glitter Factory.
This is actually Heaven's Night.
That's too cool of a name for a strip club.
Heaven's Night, right there.
Like it
man.
should be like a fucking Devil May Cry building.
Yeah, well, it kind of looks like Devil May Cry.
It does,
That's because
actually.
Devil May Cry is made to look like a strip joint.
Yeah, the entire game.
So yeah, Maria's a stripper. Like that. There's your.
That's why she has the keys to it.
That's and also that would explain why she's adding all that sex hinge
Yeah.
on all her sentences because she's like, yeah, man, sex stuff.
You know, I know a stripper, right? And she's really nice to me at the strip club, but she also works at Applebee's and she's really mean to me
You
there.
know, it's the nature of the job. It's the nature of the job, man.
She's really mean to me there.
It's like, ugh.
Oh, this guy's ordering another thing of potato wedges.
I can't stand it.
I was gonna say before that overhead camera angle when you're next to the fence. That
You mean
was
like this?
very similar to this, but like kind of at an angle. Which I remember Christoph Gans said like this is a camera angle that I really wanted to replicate like for the movie.
Yeah,
'cause I think
in
it's awesome.
in the movie Silent Hill 1, there's a shot in which Cheryl or Harry goes down a path, and the fucking camera goes all the way in this L-shaped corridor, and it's awesome. So yeah, we have. So I'm facing this way, so we're actually going this way.
This away.
Oops.
Oh.
Oopsie doodle.
But I you know, she's a stripper character. It's video games, and plus I'm sure she has some sort of symbolism,
Very unlike Mary
sexiness. So of course, like
to be a stripper.
even like outside her established workplace.
Now, if this was a game later in the series, they would retcon this into being
of course,
Brady's
trucker
truck
guy. Yeah, Brady. That's his name.
Yeah.
it's a great trucker name.
Fucking get out of here with that shit.
Remember what was it? Was it the end of the first movie that they hinted at him?
Yeah, no, the
Over
second one.
there.
Get that kid. Shoot her.
Quickly, she's going into the hospital modeled after the hospital in Kindergarten Cop.
It's the Brookhaven Hospital. And of course, you have to go to a hospital.
Yes. No, it's required.
And in fact, they actually repurposed this hospital in Silent Hill 3. You come back here.
Oh, really?
But and they're both, I think, the second area that you end up going to. Hospitals are scary.
Yeah, I never got out of the mall because I'm like a baby like that.
Oh, the mall's complicated.
Dude, like when we played Silent Hill 3 for like that 30 minutes in the shitstorm, like it scared me more than anything else we played that
So
year.
Brookhaven Hospital, as you can see, has lots
of
rooms. Lots.
And also a fabulous day room.
So there's going to be a lot of running into walls in here.
Nice.
And saying the things are locked.
Yeah. Okay.
Because shit in here is locked.
What? How'd she...
She does that. In
Okay.
areas that it would be weird for her to follow her.
'Cause that's
follow
suspicious.
you, she shows up in. So let's read about these patients, shall we? Jack Davis. What a good horror movie name.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
He's attempted suicide 3 times in the past for reasons unknown.
Jeez.
Although he's normally a model patient who follows a doctor or nurse's orders, he must be watched closely due to his past pattern of sudden and violent suicide attempts.
Yeah.
Joseph Birkin. Barkin.
That's also a good name.
William Birkin.
William Birkin.
Joseph Birkin.
Mr. Black.
Mr. Black. Yeah, that's the one. His illness seems to be rooted in the fact that he believes he's guilty of causing his daughter's death.
Yeah.
The symptoms suggest a psychotic break and paranoid delusions. Normally calm, but has a tendency towards violence when excited.
Yeah, don't excite him.
And what about Josh Lewis? History of hospitalization, as well as numerous assault, battery, and other violent offenses. He has a strong persecution complex and a tendency to solve things through violence. Extreme caution necessary. So everybody is either guilty or feels persecuted and solves things through violence.
The actual diagnosis of persecution complex, that's a fucking tough one.
Everyone's against me.
You will not get better.
Not everyone's against you. No, everyone's against me, though.
No, you are for saying that.
Yeah.
It's like a thing that's very self-defeating.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Save the game. Yeah. We had the motel,
Bonk.
but now we are...
I'm glad this saves quickly.
It saves really quickly.
Like
for
occasionally
PS1.
we'll get a PS2 game or
And you're just
whatever,
like, oh.
just waiting. I was playing a game recently on the PS3 and 40 seconds to save a game.
Yeah, that's right.
Dicks.
Hey, what's up? You're scary.
That is... Do you think it's like that on purpose to be kind of creepy?
Yeah, a little bit. So you
Shit.
accidentally shoot her. The potential for this illness exists in all people, and under the right circumstances, any man or woman would be driven, like him, to the other side.
To the other side.
The other side perhaps may not be the best way to phrase it. After all, there is no wall between here and there. It lies on the borders of where reality and unreality intersect.
Unreality.
It's a place both close and distant.
I've never really heard that term before.
The other side?
No, the unreality?
Yeah. Some say it isn't even an illness. I cannot agree with them. I'm a doctor, not a philosopher or even a psychiatrist. Yeah. Sometimes I have to ask myself this question. It's true that to us, his imaginings are nothing but the inventions of a busy mind. But to him, there's simply no other reality. Furthermore, he is happy there. So why, I ask myself, why in the name of healing must we drag him painfully into the world of our own reality? I got the key from Joseph. It's probably the key to that box.
To that box.
So, yeah, is any of this happening? Is it all in James or Eddie's or Angela's or Maria's head? Maybe. But he's also talking, like, in general terms about, like, there are people that say that your kid dies, and you go into a fantasy reality
Where they didn't.
in which they didn't, and you live your life totally normally, except that your kid is not really alive.
I mean, that's why some parents, when their child dies, they keep their room exactly like it is, because it
It's
helps
like,
them to remind them that, like,
if they're actually
things are
stuck in that fantasy,
it's not great.
should you drag them out of it? Is that what's best for them?
I mean, I'm sure it's that type of thing where, like, it's 50-50, where it's like it's unhealthy for that, but also, like, maybe it'll keep them happier.
It's complicated because the idea is that, like, if they snap out of it at the bad time, it could be real bad.
I recently, a friend of our family, there was a guy who was, like, I don't know, 5 years older than me, and went to his house a couple of times, and he had a bunch of computer games. That was basically it. Like, there were friends of our family, and my parents would have dinner over there, like, once a month or something. And he got a wife, he had 2 kids, and just a few weeks ago, he just died.
Oh.
Just died in bed, had a brain aneurysm or something.
Well, hey.
And
as far as ways to go.
Yeah, but he died in bed with his wife.
Oh, that's rough.
So I didn't know the guy that well. Like I said, I grew up going to his house once or twice when I was like 6, 7.
Yeah.
But when you hear that, and like I knew his parents better than he did, because I met his parents multiple times, and they came over and they're dealing with it as best as they can. But it's also one of those things where it's like, I would never want kids just in case I would never want to outlive them. Because that's always probably the toughest thing ever.
It's rough.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm never going to have to worry about that.
Yeah, neither will I.
Because both I don't plan on having kids and I know I'm going to die young.
Yeah, and that motorcycle accident you always dream of. Jesus.
Yep. That's just an ambient noise. There to...
That is delightfully subtle.
There to spook you. So there's going to be a lot of map checking in this sequence because, as you can tell, there's a fucking...
I'm glad I talked over that because you checked almost every door.
There's a lot of map in here.
A lot of map.
So only way to do this is just like everything else, but the hospital's a little easier than the apartments because the apartments has a non-specific layout. Did Maria just scare you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basement's totally sealed off. We're just gonna have to jump up to the side. And yeah, it's dark as fuck, man. It's dark as shit.
You know what?
You forgot how dark these games were.
I can't remember any game that's like this aggressively dark, but your flashlight is really good.
Yeah,
in the sense
your flashlight's quite good. And it lets them make the game look really, really, really pretty.
Here we go. Whoa.
Hey, guys. And then it does this to you so that...
Are those nurses?
Those are nurses.
Wow, I'm surprised they didn't get like a little cutscene vignette to show them off a bit better.
Nah.
Why are the nurses so sexy still? Why?
Why?
Why are they still so sexy?
So I'll get a better look at these nurses the next time I encounter one.
Yeah,
but they look they have bobbleheads. Their heads just like look like pure smooth, no face.
Cool.
And what that and there's a lot of sex with all the characters, right?
We've established that.
So he's going to visit his terminally ill wife,
all right,
and sees nothing but these faceless, uncaring medical people.
Ah, that's good. That's good.
That are hot, right? His wife's ill. He can't have sex with his wife anymore. He might be cheating on her. He doesn't know. And he's like, oh, gross. I want to have sex, but my wife is dying. I'm such a piece of shit. And nurses are hot.
So he's kind of mixing up both things together.
The nurses' faces originally were going to look like condoms.
Are you?
They kind of already sort of do.
Yeah.
And the face, their heads were supposed to explode like a condom bursting in the original design.
That's embarrassing.
And then they tried to put it in, like the PS2 couldn't handle it. So I got a bent needle out of a teddy bear.
That would have been awesome if they could.
And I got the shotgun out of this locker. So good for me.
But like whenever you see like cosplay or just like in the later games when they just shoehorn nurses in there for no reason.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, their flesh is decaying. They have spider like veins all over them, and it's gross.
Yeah.
But there's still something weird, and I think that's why they stay so popular.
So yeah, here you go. And they shake like that.
Yeah.
They're terrible. They are awful.
Wow, their animation's a lot more robotic than... Okay, I guess it's because I'm thinking of the movie that did that.
Yeah.
That probably one of the best scenes in the movie was when they encountered the nurses or whatever.
Yeah, and then they're triggered by light.
Yeah, and then they have that really... It was okay, but they had that second like nurse scene in the second movie.
Which was terrible.
It was terrible. It was alright, but it was like terrible in comparison.
Yeah.
And they had, again, the movie did that really cool thing where they're like, instead of hiring... like randos or just stunt people. Let's hire dancers.
Let's hire dancers that can twist their bodies in bizarre ways.
In all these cool ways. I mean, like, when I think of Silent Hill enemies and I think of the general popularity scale, it goes Pyramid Head nurses. And that's pretty much it.
Pretty much. The nurses are the only common type that appear in almost every game.
Which is stupid.
It is kind of dumb. Locker won't open. But there's something inside this lab
Exit
pocket.
now.
Oh,
Open.
and I just got it and moused through it so fast
Wow.
I couldn't see it.
The hooker.
It's the examination room key.
Examination room. That sounds great.
Yeah.
I was going to also say that the note you picked up about the guy talking about unreality and stuff, it's like the first note of like, well, going by the script and the dialogue so far, I was like, yeah, this isn't written all that specially well. But then that note was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That was actually... I always think the litmus test is probably remake in general, just because I'm sure it has some extra flourish and, you know, some corrections to the original Resident Evil script. I always thought those are the best notes ever written.
I think For Itchy Tasty is the best note ever written.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Because and then followed by the monster attacking you.
Yeah. I also think RE5 has some strong notes as well.
Yeah, weird.
Not 4, though.
This game's not all that strong.
4 has crappy notes, actually.
Yeah, they weren't translated very well.
They weren't translated very well, and they were just pretty much dry explanation of stuff.
Yeah, so Maria is almost always, like, just hanging out in these rooms.
She's your Brown.
When you turn to leave, like, she is borderline invisible now. Mm-hmm. And then you turn to leave, and you're like, oh!
Plus, it's weird that she's wearing bright, like,
Maria,
reddish
you're
clothing,
there.
too. What are you doing here?
That's so...
Yeah.
It's weird that you're there. Typewriter here. Got no use, but wait! There's a sheet of carbon paper. And I can still read it.
Wow.
I know it. I know the number of the box 8351. I can't help him anymore. The button key doesn't scare me, so nobody can stop who I am. I don't know who I am. Is who I am is who I am is?
This is written by Eminem.
Yes. In the moment, you gotta own it.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, you actually
off.
get points deducted off one of the endings possibilities
Shut up.
if you run into her constantly.
That is awesomely stupid.
Because you're being a dick to Maria.
No, but because of the lighting. That's not fair.
Yeah, it's totally fair.
If it was all brightly lit, then fine. It's your fucking fault for like headbutting her